All right, here's a quick video. I'm working on the trunk lid for the 63 Cadillac. We got it all cleaned up and sanded. Re-seam sealed a lot of it. Seam sealed all the new parts. So basically now we're going to clean it up and epoxy prime it. And the reason we're going to epoxy prime it, I'm going to vacuum this off as clean as I can get it. This is that weird sound deadening stuff, and it's a little crispy, so by epoxy primer in it, I'm hoping that'll help hold it for a longer period of time. So I think that'll be good. You can see here some of the edges where the new steel was. You can do filler, but if things move and shrink and expand, right, it will look nice till it cracks. But yeah, we were happy with that, and I noticed I missed a few spots that I wanted to weld back here. So I had to go ahead and grind off a few little spots, but that's okay. We wanted to do one more layer of fill. That one is on its last. I touched up those spots. We're going to give that a quick 80, put another layer of fill on, and then do like an 80, 180. The rest of the lid, I believe, is pretty good. There's two little dings we're going to touch up. So once we get the bottom done, we'll sand the top off. So the whole trunk is going to be epoxy primered and then blocked. Down here will be epoxy primered. That'll just be scuff and shot after that. Same with the hood. The hood we're going to do in black because the factory apparently did the hoods black. The trunk lids were colored inside. That's the original black. We broke through in a lot of places. And I mean, there's runs in it and stuff. We sanded most of them out. That was right from the factory. But whoever put the pink on, like here was scuffed and then here wasn't, and 90% of it was flaking off. So we sanded it really, really well. We're also going to hit this probably with we're going to water down. I'm going to thin down my epoxy primer a little bit just to seal this all up. Get a good grab. Now up here you see the shiny black. A little bit of surface rust up in there and whatnot. So we wanted to clean that up. We got our Pour 15 in there. Actually, I'm in Canada, so I use DOM 16, which is kind of like a Pour 15 product. But there's a few added things in it from what I understand. I called the manufacturer, and they said the problem with Pour 15, according to the guys at Dominion, was sometimes you got to use a primer first if you want it to stick to something like this good metal here. Say there was rust and then good metal. Where theirs, they claimed that you can put this right on the bare metal. And I mean, I find the problem using it with body work. You're going to have rust up here, and then all of a sudden it's bare metal, and you can't. But what if you want to cover the whole thing? So they say it's okay with this product, so that's what I've been doing. So far, so good. I've had nothing come back on me. That being said, I like to let this harden for 4, 5, 6 days. I'm going to go over this now and give it a good scuff. Basically just with a red Scotch-Brite that's fresh. You can also use steel wool. This stuff is pretty tough. You know, especially where it's really shiny like this, it's almost like trying to scratch glass. So that'll be good. And then we'll get in these spots real good too with our epoxy primer, just so if anything's going to flake, you can't really sand in there well. But once we get that epoxy prime, the bottom will be black. I'm going to use the Erky system. And if you go back a few videos, I did the whole bottom of a 67 Camaro convertible with a satin black 2K paint. That's what we're going to put on this because I got some left, and it is a beautiful finish. So when you open this hood, it should look factory and really nice. And the reason I want to go black, the owner of the car has restored everything under the hood. I know it's a little dusty, but you can see it's very much a satiny black finish. So I think it'll look really good. And then you've got the shiny. It's more of a semi-gloss. You know, like you can see he's restored all these pieces to some degree. Like everything under here is very nice. It has to be obviously washed and shampooed, right? Body shop dust. This is how it goes. I just drove this car outside, blew all this off, but might back it back out and wash it all out. But yeah, you got all our floors. They're all blacked out and rust treated and everything, so it'll last a long time. So a quick update, I guess, on the car. I got to go down the side. The fender's okay, but from halfway down the door back, however they pulled those little pins out, there's little dings, so we're going to have to straighten that out. But otherwise, this side of the car is basically scuff and shoot. We got these bottoms repaired pretty good. A little bit of epoxy primer, the high build, so we can block it. I got to do one more pass on that, and we'll do the high build on there and block that. Got epoxy all the way around this. You can see my wife actually come out, my better half, and she took care of all that till it was smooth. I'm going to have to do up here because she's short. She couldn't reach. We got all this side done. This is all done. Now these I thought would be flat, but they're not. This actually angles down. These fins are slightly tipped in, and I only know that because when I put the new chrome pieces here, it's the only way to get these to match is have an angle down. When you're standing behind one of these cars, you don't notice it. But I bet if they ran them perfectly straight, could be they look weird, so they tilted them in. Who knows why they're like that? It is what it is. On this side, I refilled this because it was a little bit flat there. So I came up. We did have a few high spots where the metal kept showing, so I knocked them in, refilled that, and went down past where we wanted to go. This, and then we added here. We probably didn't need to, but I thought what seemed to be happening is it wanted to belly in. And I wanted to have enough there that when I run my block all the way through, it's going to go super flat. So I think we've got that taken care of now. We can block that. From there forward is done. That's done. Car's getting close to repaint, which is nice. This pillar was all messed up. It's all been repaired. We're going to sand that. This is just primer I use to protect it while I'm working on it. So as soon as we sand that, a lot of that will go missing. But I like to do epoxy primer at the very minimum all the way around where the window is. So front and back, we're going to do that. And I think my better half cleaned up the back. Yeah, so that's all pretty good, actually. So we're just going to scuff that now and epoxy prime it. And down here, there was a little surface rust. That's all been treated, and we did it twice. And then it's been sanded. So we're going to rough that up and epoxy that, and that'll be fine. Doors on this car real nice down here. So once we get the outer body done, we're going to peel the doors off so we can scuff around the bottoms, and then we'll jam it all separate. So that's basically just a quick update because we haven't done a video in a while, and we're working on the Cadillac now, so that's what we're talking about. Thanks for watching. Cheers.